Hello, I'm Chantal Nicholson, Chef Patron of Treadwell's. Today I'm going to be showing you vegetarian dishes which we're cooking sous vide for you, family and friends to share at Christmas time. The dish we're going to be making today is a butternut squash terrine. We're going to be pairing that with some rosemary and brown butter and creating a lovely little terrine which is obviously being cooked in the water bath. It's also served with some wonderful vacherin, one of my favourite winter cheeses. Obviously not made with vegetarian rennet, so if you do have strict vegetarians then there's lots of alternatives for that as well. Also served with some fresh chestnuts to create a great starter for Christmas Day. So we're going to start by prepping the butternut squash, peeling it, slicing it and getting it all ready for the terrine. Okay, so we're going to create slices of the squash. You want them about 2 to 3 millimeters thick. If you do have a mandolin, it will make this job a little bit more easy. So we've got the butternut squash here nicely sliced. We're just going to cut it into a nice rectangle. Okay, we're going to be making the brown butter next. So we're going to start with 2 tablespoons of finely chopped rosemary, which we're going to add into the brown butter. Do take the time to chop this nice and fine because it will create more flavour and also will be a little bit more pleasant to eat. Get your hob on, pan on the hob, butter in the pan, salt and rosemary. So when you're making brown butter you make it over quite a high heat. Obviously it's important to keep everything moving as well because the bottom of the pan is going to caramelise a lot quicker. You'll see it starting to turn a beautiful golden colour, so keep it on for another minute or so longer and remove it in plenty of time because it will continue to cook with the heat of the pan. To assemble the terrine, start with the first slice, turn it over, nice pastry brush into the brown butter. So just brush that liberally over each slice and continue to layer. Mop up any remaining butter that's gone onto your board, make sure it's really well covered. And then we're going to put it into the sous vide bag. And then all the remaining butter we're going to pour in the bag as well. When you seal it, you want it to be as close as you can get to the terrine. We're going to pop that into the water bath, which has been preheated to 80 degrees. So after an hour, we're going to take it out, pop it in the fridge for 6 hours so it can chill, and then we'll slice it and cook it. So here's one we prepared earlier. We're going to get the pan nice and hot. Generous amount of oil in there as well, and let that heat up. So we're going to portion it up, set it into 4 pieces. It's quite rich, the dish, so that's why we're just using a small amount. Plus it's also Christmas, so you want to save room for pudding. So we're going to pop the terrine in, and listen for the sizzle. While that's browning, we're just going to prepare the chestnuts. It's nice to have a bit of different texture, so we're going to slice some and then we can finally grate some as well. So when it's nice and golden, just gently flip those over. It can be quite delicate, so don't be too heavy-handed with it. So again, once the bottom's starting to caramelise, we're going to add in some of that wonderful rosemary butter. Baste it over so the heat's going to go right through to the middle of the terrine. So now we're ready to plate. Don't worry about draining off too much of the butter, because that's where all the flavour is, that beautiful burnt butter with rosemary. So gently place that onto the plate. Now we've got the wonderful vacherin to add to it. Again, a really super gooey cheese, so you just need to scoop out a little bit of it, dot that on top, and it's going to ooze over the terrine. So we're going to finish off with the chestnuts, obviously sliced, and then we're going to microplane some over the top as well, just to add a little bit of different texture to the plate. And don't forget a little bit of that butter as well, just to add to the flavour. And we're going to finish with a little bit of tarragon cress. So there we have it, perfect Christmas starter. Butternut squash terrine with rosemary and brown butter, a lovely scoop of vacherin on top, and fresh chestnuts.